Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland, 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 land, land, land.
So we are all together again.
Except for Tyler, again.
Yeah, except for Tyler. Oh, Tyler! He's here in spirit. Since we're in rural North Georgia.
Hence the ambiance.
That's crackling fire behind you,
Yeah,
bats above us.
There's probably some coyotes out here.
Definitely
Anyway,
dogs.
Definitely. Anyway, I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper and cream soda, 0 sugar. So is it even soda at this point?
It's just molecules.
That's what everything is.
Inertia is a property of matter. Bill.
Bill Nye, the
Science guy. Mark, you know about that Bill Nye.
Okay.
That's how we grew
This is so
up.
ancient. Like, all right. We watched Wishbone in my English class.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just turned 10 years older than you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
So
Mac.
Bill Nye.
So anyway, we're here with Sweet Mac, but this month it's Spooky Mac.
I'm a little less of a person.
Because, Mark, do you wanna talk about why we're here for your special day?
I got pumpkin surgery.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Mark is
surgery.
now a jack-o'-lantern.
I can never have kids. I like it that way.
I was there when they brought in the risk of regret papers.
No, the best is the lady was like, we got a problem here. You got 2 family relatives. I was like, I'll go. I am not going back there.
A little rude for 3 o'clock in the morning, but you know.
Oh my
A
God,
little
yeah.
rude for him driving us all the way to Atlanta.
Drive an hour and 20 to Atlanta
In the dark.
in the dark.
We did definitely get up at 3:30 in the morning, though.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. No one was on the road though. It was nice. It was the only time Atlanta doesn't have traffic. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. And then we got there and Mark had fun, got dosed up with fentanyl.
Mark is
Yeah.
now a statistic.
Kai is the only one that has not consumed opiates at any point.
My pain level was like a 3 or 4, and she's like, all right, here's some fentanyl.
Mark's like, now I know what all the fuss is about.
So yeah, that is why we're all here.
Then let's talk about Nelson and Kai's wild adventure. While Mark is under, for what we thought was going to be 2 hours,
2 hours in outpatient surgery.
yeah, turned into 6 hours, and Kai and Nelson not being able to experience the Georgia Aquarium because I goofed. I made a bad decision. We came to the fork in the road, and Kai listened to the white man.
I don't know how many times you're going to lead me down the wrong road.
And then they lost Manhattan.
So Mark put me down as their emergency contact and the person to contact while they were under. So I definitely I would get a call saying like, okay, Mark is under, might be another 2 hours, and then other things are going to happen. So we went, 2 hours, that can't be too bad. So we go and have breakfast. And while we're at breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
we get approached by a very nice guy who was asking for food, sat with me while Nelson went inside to get him some food, and then got chased away by security.
Yeah.
So
And then we talked about it, and then I met up with him again, and I gave him the food outside the fence, and then we talked about how much we didn't like cops. And then I gave him $20 because he needed to get to a shelter type area, and I was like, here you go.
Also, any other podcasters who come to Atlanta and just think that they can interview homeless people and not give them anything for it,
Oh yeah,
fuck y'all.
yeah. This dude,
Fuck y'all.
yeah, this dude was like, I got interviewed by a podcast, and they were supposed to start a GoFundMe for me, and I haven't seen any money. I was like, holy shit. When
Yeah.
Kai told me that, yeah, because he told you that.
Yeah. He also said that Nelson and I look like siblings. I'm forever going to take that as an insult.
Oh. I am now Mohawk, Comanche, Apache, and Italian.
I didn't even tell you that my grandma's last husband was from Sicily.
Oh, hey.
That's Grandpa Benisi. Thank you very much.
Whoa! I just noticed that Mark, your blanket has a bunch of eyes, like it's an Illuminati blanket.
No, Mark is a biblically accurate angel right now. Be not afraid. Right. So after we got breakfast, we're
man.
like, hey, we should find something to do because this is taking longer than we thought.
At this point, they've shoved a mask onto Mark's face.
Oh yeah, so they're talking to each other about what they need to do in the operating room. And they're playing that Music Makes You Lose Control song. And I'm like thinking about how like I hate that song. And she's barely holding the mask over my nose. And she notices that, and so she just smooshes it down in my face and then keeps talking. And then it blacks out from there.
Okay, so Mark is fully under at this point in La La Dream World.
Music makes you lose control.
That's your sleep paralysis, Steven.
It's a biblically accurate angel coming in with music makes you lose control.
So Kai and I are like, what do we do in Atlanta? And I was like, and we looked it up. I was like, oh, the Georgia Aquarium, and they were out of tickets. It was like originally it was like $40 to get in, and then we got you got the phone call.
Excuse the neighbors who are driving up the street.
Yeah. And then you got the phone call while you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, the first phone. So the nurses said, okay, we're going to call you once Mark goes under, but it could be a little bit later than that. And then you get another call to let you know if the surgery is going well. And then you get another call when they're out of surgery and getting ready to go into recovery. And then you'll get another call when they're in recovery. So the first call, I'm like waiting. And finally, like, I can't hold it anymore. I have to go to the bathroom. The call comes while I'm in the bathroom stall, so I couldn't take it. And they never called back. So
I died.
that's basically
Actually, every time they called, I was like, Mark didn't make it.
Just minimally invasive surgery, and I just died.
Oh yeah.
Time.
And then on a sad note, there was that guy that got some bad news while we
Oh
were
my
outside.
gosh!
This
So
is horrible.
Nelson and I decided to sit outside for breakfast this beautiful morning. And so we're just like hanging out outside in the little hospital courtyard. And there's a guy like across the walkway from us who got a phone call and burst out sobbing. Like somebody died kind of sobbing.
Yeah.
And I could hear him barely. Like I heard that he was there as somebody's emergency contact because they were getting a colonoscopy. So hopefully it wasn't that person that something happened to.
Died during a colonoscopy.
And then
Shit.
the entire time we were left in the hospital, like I said to Nelson, like if I was a better person, I'd go try to comfort him, but I don't know what the fuck to say. So we kind of sat there, and then we went back inside the hospital. We saw him again.
Yeah.
And we went to the parking lot, and we saw him again.
He kept following us. He was like, "You were supposed to comfort me." So if you were a middle-aged white man that looks like you invest in Bitcoin at Emory,
You got some really bad news.
yeah,
I'm really sorry.
we're really sorry. Unless it was something like your Bitcoin crashed and that you got upset about
Bitcoin
that.
already crashed.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Dogecoin.
so we came to a fork in the road, and it was: do we go to the Georgia Aquarium and see the only whale shark in the Western Hemisphere in captivity, or and have a great, awesome day, and we'll get into that later, or do we go to the botanical gardens? And because we thought it was only going to be 2 hours,
No, not we, you.
me, all me, decide that, we're not going to have enough time to do everything cool in the aquarium. So let's go visit the gardens. And well,
So we drive. So this is a hospital where you have to pay for parking. I don't know what kind of fucked up shit y'all got going on in Atlanta, but in Orlando you don't have to pay for parking to get into a hospital. Anyway, so we come out of the paid for parking. We're driving around trying to find this botanical garden. We finally start seeing signs for it, but there's no parking anywhere because it's a city. So I'm like, oh well, I'll find us a parking lot close to it. So we find a parking lot, get in there. Quickly realize we're gonna have to walk up and down several hills. And both of us
God.
are fat and very tired because all of us slept for maybe 3 or 4 hours the night before, and we've been up since 3:30 in the morning.
yeah, Mark, you get to sleep for 6 hours
That sleep
under
that
drugs.
You wake up from feeling like you got pushed into traffic in your own words.
Got punched in the gut by Mike Tyson.
So we start walking to the, oh, thanks, Nelson.
You're welcome.
We start walking.
I got a fart too. That's gonna be great.
It's gonna ruin the ambiance of like, the crickets and the
whoever said you can't have fun on a podcast, it's not all white men, is wrong.
It's the Shrek Swamp version. There's burping and stuff bubbling up. God.
Kai and I are literally running on lactate pills.
Honestly, we've been chugging so many of them all
We've been taking so many I think my body now can produce the enzyme naturally because I've kickstarted it because of all the lactate
I've
pills.
also got him hooked on some over-the-counter IBS pills that
Oh
I get
yeah, it
from
was
the UK.
great. So we get to the park where there's a pride event that's going to happen later on.
Because it's the South and nobody wants Pride in July.
I was walking around pretending to be an old Southern man. I was like, I do declare we're taking a walk in the
with
park.
a limp wrist, dear listeners, with a limp wrist.
That doesn't
yes.
sound like much of an ally, does it?
Walking with a bi woman with a limp wrist.
I was creeping like the kudzu vine and slowly strangling our Dixie.
Jeez.
35 years. Anyway, so then we were like trapped in the garden because we couldn't find an exit. And then there was like a literal break in the fence that looked like it just opened just for us to sneak out.
There's signs everywhere in this park saying, please walk on the pathways. And there's like 3 gates in this entire wall that's on the outside of the park. We're like, oh, we can just walk down to the end and leave that way. We'll be close to the car that way. Oh no, there's like a break in the fence really far up and there's no pathway, so we just had to, walk all over.
We broke the rules.
We walked all over the Atlanta taxpayers' grass.
And then we kept seeing they were taunting us, these electric scooters you could rent. So finally we get to the bottom of the hill we have to walk up to get to the car. And we're like, oh, let's just rent these scooters to ride up the hill to get to the car because fuck it. So
I got mine unlocked somehow, and Nelson could not for the life of him get
it
his
wouldn't
unlocked.
work. It charged me 1 cent. It put a $25 hold on Kai's card, and then charged her $3 just to stand still. So then we end up hoofing it up this hill. And we saw some cute dogs.
Yeah, there was a dog named Georgia in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, if you're the owner of the dog named
Nelson.
Georgia,
If you're an owner of a black Subaru, you left your lights on.
anyway, I hope you listen to this podcast. That's all I have to say. And then we get to the car, and we we're like, did you get a call then when we got to the car?
Yeah, it wasn't long after we got back to the car
That was
I
going
got a
to be
call.
well, first I said Mark didn't make it, and then we were told it's going to be another 2 hours. So we're going on 4 hours at this point. And so we went. Oh yeah, I introduced Kai to Caribou Coffee.
Yes, we did have a very, very nice milkshake with kind of the flavor of coffee in it.
God,
It
I
was
love
delicious.
Caribou Coffee so
And
much.
honestly, I'm not saying that as like bullshit. I'd rather have a milkshake with a little bit of coffee than anything else.
Oh, so good, so good. And then we get then we go to the parking deck, and we drive to the top of the parking deck. Well, kind of like the top of Mills, whatever. Anyway,
Back at the hospital.
back at the hospital. The point is that we can look out and see the Georgia Aquarium.
From the hospital where we're parked. We sat in that car for like close to 4 hours. Just like waiting for another call. Because it's always, every time I'd get a call, it would be, oh, it'll be another 2 hours. It'll be another 2 hours. So we're like, well, we don't have enough time to do anything with that. So we just sat in the car for almost 4 hours. Both of us with broken asses.
And we were listening, we were walking around, and then we listened to some creepypasta, and then and then we came up with what would have happened if we would have went to the Georgia Aquarium.
So, okay, if Emory Hospital had ever said to us, okay, this person is going in for outpatient surgery, you should block out like 8 hours of your day. And we'd be like, oh, that is great. We can go have breakfast, and then we can go to the aquarium.
We love you, Mark.
And we'll be ready to go. But no, this is not Mark's fault. This is the hospital's fault for
Emory.
every time calling and saying it'll be another 2 hours.
Also, I was surrounded by med students and nurses who already have traumatized me due to past relationships, and my mother. I looked around, I saw nurses that were my age, like, no, not again, never again. No, I am not going to be tempted because you look good in scrubs, goddammit.
And we already know that person doesn't listen to the podcast
Oh, yeah.
based on their own words.
Yeah.
They had to probably like fist fight my uterus. It took so long.
It was so strong. It was all the tea.
It didn't want to come. It was a testosterone. It was the T. It didn't want to come out.
It flexed like the fallopian tube.
Fucking T posing for dominance with the fallopian tubes. Yes.
You know, like when you're at a restaurant and they had to say they had to go kill a chicken, and it's taking so long, they're like chasing around the kitchen. That's what it was.
Uterus was like fighting.
We know that uterus had only one fist because they left one ovary with you.
Yeah, it was weakened.
Oh, man.
Leave it in its weakened state. It'll shrivel on its own.
Cut off the head. The rest will follow.
Anyway, now we're coming up on rush hour. Remember, we've been up since 3:30 in the morning. We're coming up on rush hour in Atlanta.
So,
and I finally get a call saying that, Mark's ready to go.
No, we forgot to tell about what would happen if we went to the...
Oh, yes, okay, you have to tell our story.
This is what... We're going to rewind 4 hours back. This is what would have happened if we would have went to the Georgia Aquarium, right? We would have went to the Georgia Aquarium, and we would have had the best day of our lives, right? We would have gotten to go to the Georgia Aquarium. I would have somehow found the love of my life in the Georgia Aquarium. We would hit it off and get married and all that fun stuff. Kai...
I would have been kissed by a dolphin.
Kai would have been kissed by a dolphin. And then Mark did add later that we said Kai would get her tribal ID card from the Mohawk Nation. And then Mark said no. We said, at that particular moment, Mohawk elders would have come in and said,
we've been looking
sister,
for you.
we've been looking for you. And then at that moment, the whale shark would have spit up the tribal ID card for Kai and the new one for her mom. And we would have the best day ever. And it would have been the end. It would have been like snapshots of like great moments at the aquarium. It would have been great. Kai would have been kissed by a dolphin. It would have been amazing.
The only problem is that if we had all the positive stuff happen,
something bad would have to happen. And so Mark would have lost a leg. Not from the knee down, but
the whole leg.
But the whole leg would have had to go.
They did surgery on a grape and it lost its leg.
From a blood clot.
It's a fucking grape in their leg.
A grape-sized blood clot.
Oh, jeez.
When it was cut off the femoral artery, the leg turns black and falls off. And the doctors don't notice it because they're playing, what's the song?
Music makes you lose control.
The song music makes you lose control. And there's dancing around while Mark's leg is like necromorphing and necrotizing and falling off.
Necromorphing.
And then the leg and the uterus run off together and be happy.
Like the fork and the spoon.
So that's what would have happened, but instead I was like...
Instead, we sacrificed our perfect days at the aquarium so that Mark would have a safe surgery.
So I did not find the love of my life, and Kai is not carded.
Still uncarded.
But Mark still has both their legs. So...
Thankfully.
And then we got the call that Mark... Well, first we got another call, and then I said Mark didn't make it. But apparently Mark did make it.
Hi.
And we left the parking garage for like the fourth time.
right into Atlanta rush hour traffic, like smack into
all
it.
the one-way streets to get around back to the entrance. And then we pull in. And then, we saw the lady with the oxygen tank trying to run away.
When we were trying to pick up Mark, we were in like this kind of valet, patient drop-off, patient pickup area. And there's this little wizened old woman, tiny little person in full tied behind the back hospital robe and white grippy socks, carting
an oxygen tank.
With
she's
her.
like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
She's just trucking it out of the entrance into the crosswalk, and nobody looks at her or says anything.
We gotta run her.
I hope that lady is having a wonderful day.
And then out of the hospital in a wheelchair comes Sweet Mark. Spooky Mark.
That guy was walking really fast with me, by the way. He was ready for me to be out of there.
Poor Mark. He got stuck so many times in the back of the hand.
Yeah, it hurt.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ouchie.
So Mark, what happened when you woke up?
I was really confused. And everything hurt. Everything still kind of hurts. But my nurse was really nice to me. Even though she kept saying, like, every pronoun before cycling back to the right ones. But my doctor that did the surgery was a lesbian, so it cancels out.
A bicycling lesbian.
Although your lesbian doctor is the reason why we were there at 5 in the morning rather than 7 in the morning like we were supposed
somebody
to be.
has a meeting.
Yeah.
This doctor scheduled a meeting for the same time that Mark was supposed to have their surgery, and then like the day before, the surgeon
There.
calls Mark and says like, "Oh, we're gonna move you up 2 hours," and Mark is like, "Hey, maybe no," and they're like, "No, you don't have a choice."
Yeah.
Also, my grandpa's staying at the house with us while we're gonna be.
It was so the reason that we're here for Mark is because Mark's family, there's a scheduling conflict and they're going to be out of town. So Nelson and I were coming from Orlando and Montgomery respectively to come see Mark in Rome, take care of them.
Oh wait,
for a
Kai,
few
you gotta
days.
talk about your flight.
Oh, okay, we can circle back around to my flight, but yeah, that's why we're here in Georgia. And then like the same time that Mark is like, "Hey, they moved my surgery from 11 to 7 a.m. and also my grandpa is staying." So we're like,
So everything fell through.
And we know that Mark's grandpa for his birthday wanted
Jesus.
wanted a 20-year-old blonde and an apple pie.
He is turning 75.
there was another joke that I don't feel comfortable making on air. He's a lovely man. We enjoy him very much.
He tries his best. He's from the swamp. You don't know me about that.
Oh, boomers. Anyway, so Kai, tell us about your flight on Frontier Airlines. Just be happy you made it. I'm gonna put also while I go put another log on the fire.
Frontier Airlines, you're on a plane.
There's no
Allegedly you're on a
There's
plane.
no motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
So yeah, I'm flying in from Orlando. I've been in Orlando for a few weeks now, taking care of my family. And I decided like, well, hell, if Nelson's gonna go, I'm gonna go too. We're both gonna help Mark because we're Mark's adoptive parents at this point. So,
It would have been really awkward if it was just me.
so I decided to fly in. From Orlando to Atlanta is actually like 1 hour on the plane, and it still cost me $200 because I had to pay for my bag to get up here. However, my flight was supposed to be at about 10 in the morning. Ended up getting delayed by an hour. And there was a lady sitting next to me once we heard about that hour delay who was full on crying about it. I don't know why. There's a lot of crying happening this weekend.
It's an emotional weekend for everybody.
I was also sat next to a group of people who looked very, very... Nelson, you're in the way of the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
I was sat next to a group of people who looked very rich, who are flying to Atlanta for a wedding, apparently.
On Frontier.
Yeah, on Frontier. Everybody had like really expensive clothes on, and they're all flying Frontier.
Oh, yes. We wanted to see how the other half lives. The pores.
So like, I get on the plane, I get up here. However, when I'm walking on the plane, I'm looking at my seat. And like, I'm not the last person on. I'm kind of in the last third of people boarding the plane. And I'm looking at my seat, and there's a little old lady sitting in it. This little old lady sitting there, and I'm full on making eye contact with her, saying like, "You're in my seat." And I look over, and she's put her backpack in her seat, and she's sitting in my seat. She didn't give me any shit. I mean, she did get out. And then when we're on the flight, we're getting ready to leave the plane when we touch down in Atlanta, and there's a group of passengers who, because of the delays and everything, they had to run to their next gate. So they told everybody, "You're not allowed to get up and leave until these people get off the plane." So everybody lets them go. They run off the plane. Then everybody else starts getting up. And this little old lady who's sitting next to me taps my shoulder and says she's got to get off first, motioning to the lady who's on her other side. And then so I get into the aisle to let everybody out, and she's fully tapping people and saying, "Okay, now you can go. Now you can go. Now you can go." Just directing traffic for about the 15 passengers in that little area. I was the last one to get out of there because then she goes, "Okay, now you can go next."
Frontier Airlines, we can't afford a flight attendant, so just become one if you want. We're not going to pay you, though. Fuck it. Oh, my God. Ugh.
So that was my flight. And then Nelson, God love him, said that he would come pick me up in Atlanta. And so he pulls around, and there's 2 lanes of pickup lanes, and then there's cones, and then there's a through lane in the pickup area. And he doesn't know. He gets into this through lane, and we're just watching each other as he drives.
I'm waving
right by.
at Kai. Be like, "Hi, Kai. Bye, Kai."
I'm running after him down the sidewalk, and he can't get over because there's cones everywhere. So finally, there's a holdup in traffic, and I just bolt across traffic to throw my bag in the back seat and get in his car.
And then we actually make it to Mark's house before Mark. And we go to Walmart.
So we decided to go to Walmart and sit in the parking lot like some good Southern people.
Right. That was a rough 48 hours for me.
And then,
Mark.
and then we went to Bussies.
Mark, why was it so difficult? Because you did have like your intake stuff went hard for you, right?
It confused them. Like, it was almost like, I don't know, like I spoke like a totally different language because I had Mark in there as my preferred name, and it like caused like this whole, every time a new person talked to me, they'd get confused and have to go talk to the previous person. And be like, this is the same adult that's been sitting in the same room, right? This is the same person with the same birthday, same last name, and same middle name. Only the first name is different. This is this person.
Same first initial too.
Yeah, I made it easy on y'all. I could have picked something totally different. But no.
So poor Mark had like a really hard day. Like the day that we got into town, Mark was having their intake appointment.
It took 4 hours.
Don't ever trust the times at Emory Hospital in Atlanta.
And they
then,
say 2 hours, add 6 onto that.
Oh.
and then when they drew my blood, I was there all day, and I couldn't have anything to eat or drink. And so then I was dehydrated, so she stuck it in my arm, dug around for it, couldn't get anything, and then stuck my hand. But then the next day, they had to put an IV in my hand. So they just, I don't know, found something each time. And I had one IV in my wrist and one in my hand at the same time. And they just left them in there. And then when they're like, okay, you can go, I just look down at my hands that still have needles in them. And I'm like, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll get that. And then she walks away for 5 minutes and does not get them.
I will say, like, so Mark had to go through like admission first, and we sat and waited through admission. It wasn't very long, and then they got taken in the back, and I couldn't go back with them, so I went and found Nelson. We hung out for like an hour, and then I got a call saying like, "Oh, you can come back now." So Mark was already like prepped and everything, had one IV in, and I went to sit with them for like an hour or maybe an hour and a half until they were actually wheeled back. Don't know what happened back there because I didn't get the next call for 2 hours, and apparently Mark had only been under for 30 minutes at that point. So I don't know what happened in that missing hour and a half.
I don't know. I don't remember it. So maybe they did put me under and forgot, and then woke me back up, and then
There was a mistake.
yeah.
But like I walk into this room where Mark is waiting until they actually like get taken back, and every member of the surgical team comes in, both anesthesiologists, your doctor, the resident who is working with the doctor. I'm sure there was one other person who comes in there, asks all the same questions, tried to trick Mark out by saying, "What did you have for breakfast?" And Mark is like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. And then someone asked again, and I was like, haha, the last person to get me, I just had a sip of water. And they were like, yeah, besides that. And I was like,
Oh, that's because you got the good shit. You got Tylenol for breakfast from the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
4 Tylenol and a sip of water.
But yeah, so yeah, the day before when we all got into town and Mark had their intake appointment, we decided to go to
Bussies. That
With a
stupid
stupid-
fucking beaver.
in case you haven't seen the award-winning TikTok at this point.
How dare he be so fucking happy? Those stupid teeth. Fucking beaver.
But I think all of
Arms
us,
wide open, getting hugs constantly.
I
Fuck
think
you.
we were all delirious by that point. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were laughing so hard I couldn't stand up straight.
Oh, the
anymore.
truck. No.
There's signs on the way into like the car entrance to Buc-ee's that just said "No" with a picture of a truck.
That stupid fucking beaver. So happy, that stupid smile, those stupid fucking teeth. People giving him hugs. We get it. People like you. You don't have a podcast.
That's why they don't like us.
Among other things.
So we go to Buc-ee's, we buy the beaver nuts or whatever the fuck they are.
They're so good.
They are
I'm not
really
gonna lie.
delicious.
Those beaver testicles are really fucking good. Liver King is onto something.
But we like decide to look around the frankly quite unhinged stuff.
So
that's in
unhinged.
the Buc-ee's gift shop.
The fucking windbreaker, the fucking velvet, fucking pants and jacket combination. You'd see it like fucking Real Housewives of like Staten Island or some shit.
Nelson really liked that. I think if they had it in your size,
I would have gotten.
I
I would have gotten the fucking. I would have gotten the windbreaker, which was dope. If it didn't have like a leopard print inside and like.
That's part of it, Nelson.
Oh shit.
You can't.
Your fragile masculinity wouldn't let you get them.
It wouldn't. No.
It's on that is a
It was-
Seinfeld episode.
It was too fem. It really. What?
The Seinfeld.
Bound down, down,
He
down,
buys the suede jacket, but it has pink and white candy stripes on the inside.
You double dip the chip.
I'm sorry, everybody who thinks I'm a corn cob for watching Seinfeld, you can blame my husband, the one and only Mr. Speaker.
I was in the pool.
So yeah, we went to Buc-ee's. It was a great time. Nelson bought a giant ass Buc-ee's cup.
I did. I got the 40-ounce one was cheaper than the 32-ounce. My bussy cup.
I'm currently wearing the Buc-ee's Racing sweatshirt. It is amazing. Really a step out of like 1992.
And Mark is Bucky.
Himself.
Nelson has been just walking around randomly busting out with bussy ever since.
Bussy.
He's appropriating our word.
No, that's thussy. This is bussy.
Oh, Jesus.
And the squishy we got you has a cow tussie.
Yeah, we
How's it
got Mark
tussie?
a present for their surgery. Mark found a squishmallow that was a brown cow in a claw machine and couldn't get it for like weeks. So Nelson and I are like, hey, you know what? We're gonna go in and we're gonna both put money in to buy Mark a cow squishmallow, which we did. And I got Mark a couple other like little pins. One that says it's a little fungi, has a little mushroom on it.
And it laid on the floor of my living room for like 2 months. So I made sure I wouldn't lose it. I knew exactly where it was the entire time. It was
On a
right there.
floor?
It was next to my suitcase.
You made Connor sleep on the floor?
It's a fucking cow. I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to spill anything on it. So I was like, where's the safest it's going to be? On the floor next to my suitcase. I can look at it. I know where it's going to
You
be.
could have put it in the suitcase.
I would have forgotten about it because I didn't
Well,
use
you're
it.
not going to use the suitcase.
No, I used my gym bag.
Then put it in the gym bag.
I had my gym stuff in it.
Why don't you use the suitcase?
I'm a bad friend.
Anyway, Mark got a present for their jack-o'-lantern surgery. It was all Halloween themed with a jack-o'-lantern bag, jack-o'-lantern card from us and everything.
And then
because it's
yeah.
jack-o'-lantern surgery.
It is. And then shout out to Mia for writing Mark a nice card.
Yes, thank you very much.
Lovely, lovely. Everybody loves you, Mark.
Yay, spooky Mark. Except apparently the hospital staff at Emory.
Yeah, they're rude as hell.
You know, when I left you
Mean to
in
me.
that room when they wheeled you out and I couldn't even say goodbye to you because they just left with you. Like I was standing on the side and they just went the other way. I'm like, well, okay, good luck to the air. So I decided to like go to the bathroom while I'm back there. When I come out, there's all these people standing at the nurse's station and I'm just like totally turned around and I'm trying to catch anybody's eye to be like, hey, how do I get back to the waiting area? And nobody will look at me. And when they finally do, it was like that moment in like a teen sitcom when you hear the record scratch because everything just stopped.
It's your Kramer moment. Bow, bow,
And I'm just
down,
like,
down.
hey, how do I get back to the seating area? And the really, really nice nurse that came in, like the really chatty one, finally comes like running around the outside because nobody else will speak to me. It's like, oh, I'll show you how to get
Yeah,
there.
he was nice.
That's such,
If you're a
that's so
nurse
George
with really
Costanza.
short hair that put my IV in, I love you and I hope you get a raise. Everyone else learn some manners.
It was just so, because all I was like they could have just pointed to a corner and I'd have been fine, but nobody wanted to look at
Well,
me.
and then there was that one lady that took me back, the older lady. She asked me where I was from. And I was like, oh, I'm from Rome. And she goes, of course, you're polite. You got manners. And I was like, I just said yes, ma'am, when you asked me what my name was.
Speaking of fucking Rome, how about they have a fucking statue of Romulus and Remus
Oh, okay.
sucking from the wolf?
After we went to Buc-ee's the day before surgery, we
Bussy.
decided to go into Rome and to like the little downtown area to go have dinner. That sushi place was great, by the way. And
Yeah, rock and roll.
And the hostess and the waitress were like amazing. They were hilarious.
We hit Mark with that. They got chicken tendies.
Yeah.
And the hostess thought it was funny. And then the waitress, I think, got upset because I kept drinking a lot of Diet Coke.
She eventually brought him 2 cups at once.
And then she was making eye contact with me, and I was afraid.
Oh no, a young woman.
she was so nice,
She
though.
was. She also has upsy-tumsy issues with
What
when
if
it
she
comes
didn't?
to
She
dairy.
just said that to make you feel better.
Probably did.
So I pulled out my bottle of Lactaid, which is for lactose intolerance, and I hand it to Nelson, and she comes up right at that second and goes, are those laxatives? And we're like, no,
I was like, quite the opposite, lady.
they're for lactose intolerance. She goes, me too.
Small world.
A bunch of non-mutants here. Good for us. So then we decided to go for a walk down the street, and we decided to go see the statue. Nelson, tell us about the statue.
Statues of fucking Romulus and Remus.
A copy of the one, the
Yeah.
Capitoline Wolf.
Mark, I mean, Kai took 3 years of Latin and knows more about my ancestors than I do. Be like if I was an expert in the Mohawk Nation. But fucking, it was dedicated by goddamn Benito Mussolini.
His name is on there twice.
Twice.
The plaque is on there in English and in Latin, so his name is on there twice.
And I fell to my knees and I cried. I
Anybody
said,
who
why?
hasn't seen the pictures, please go look at Nelson's social media.
I said, why? Why Rome? Oh, and then we took a picture outside Marjorie Taylor Greene's campaign office. She's protecting America from communism, but obviously didn't stop us.
We did get yelled at by a bunch of youths. We have no idea what they said.
Yeah.
The
Get
Utes.
the cornbread out your mouth.
Yeah, we had no idea what they were saying. We heard, mind them doing woo, like a squatted. It's like Boomhauer yelling at us from a squatted truck.
And then it just took off down the street.
Yeah, we're from the same place, and I didn't even understand what it said.
Man, I think we saw them again at the mall. I could have sworn those were the
No,
same
we just all
kids.
look like that.
It's the inbreeding.
Oh my god, yes.
It's the bright blue eyes and blonde hair.
See into your soul.
And we are all from the South, and we can make fun of that. Not you fucking Yankees and you fucking losers in the Pacific Northwest that listen to this podcast for some reason.
Self-hating Pacific
Yeah.
Northwesterners.
Fuck you. And that fucking beaver.
Stupid fucking people.
Stupid fucking beaver. Oh my god. So, then
and then we got gelato. The gelato was lovely.
gelato was great.
They
Except
had,
Mark's
they had non-dairy
gelato.
options. They had lots of non-dairy options.
I did, and I got the honey one. It was really good. Mark apparently got
Mine had blue cheese in it.
like clumps of blue cheese.
It sounds like they put a hunk of blue cheese at the bottom, then covered it with ice cream,
Like
like hiding
poured-
it like a pill for a
loser.
dog.
It was just frozen blue cheese dressing.
It was supposed to be. It was called blueberry goat, but it wasn't just like goat cheese. It was like actually blue cheese.
I had blueberry sorbetto, and it was lovely.
And then Mark ran into one of their coworkers.
And she did not want to talk to me. I will never be nice to her again. I learned my lesson.
I swear, you just gotta hang out with the older people more often because we can show you the ways. You You do a nice wave and say, "Hey, we're late for something," and you keep walking.
We were walking in the same direction.
That's okay.
Or
That's when you tap one of us and say, "Hey, we gotta cross."
Or
the
you
street."
just awkwardly just don't say anything. Because they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
So that was that night. We did sit outside so we're sitting in the fire pit that's outside Mark's house.
And then
It's
there was
lovely.
that first night was a bunch of fucking coyotes that went buck wild, apparently. I don't think we get fucking killed out here.
They live here. This is their home.
They live here. This
Mark
is
has
their
taken us
land.
on a couple of safaris on twisty, windy little roads in the woods.
Good lord.
We saw a deer.
There's the south, and then there's where the hell we are right now.
At the bottom of the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
You're
She's
fine, you
on
have
a
cell phone
back dirt
service.
road. Oh yeah, we do somehow have cell phone service.
Honestly, yeah. I think
That's
I get
not
better news than
Verizon. Yeah.
Orlando.
Oh my god. Oh man. And then what did we do today? Went to the Mark's doing all right with recovery, right? You feel
Yeah,
okay?
we're both
Yeah.
like moving around Mark, making sure they get in and out of the car okay. And
Uppies?
Nelson doesn't want anything to do with Mark where it has to do with like getting dressed or anything like that. So that's what I'm here for.
And I helped Mark with uppies. Uppies?
Mark just stands there, puts their hands out, and squeezes them.
Little meatball making hands.
My meatball hands.
And when Kai and I fist bump with our peasant hands, it makes that meaty noise.
Wait,
like,
do it closer so
Here you
you
go.
make sure.
It makes this meaty slapping noise. It's like when you take like two raw sausages, clap them together.
That's a different program.
That's what we saw today in the Spencers.
Okay, so today we went out for a lovely breakfast, eating all kinds of food that Mark shouldn't be eating directly after surgery.
Oh yeah, I'm built different.
Built different. That's been the theme of this entire trip is built different.
Yeah, because not only did my nurse not believe me when I said that my pain level was like 2 or 3 points lower than everyone else's, she told me to just have chicken broth because she gave me medicine that made me sick. And then I refused the Benadryl to help me not feel nauseous because she said that I'd have to get hooked back up to the machine. So I said, no, just wait a second. And I felt better. And then she was like, yeah, you should probably just have chicken broth for dinner. Instantly went to Zaxby's when we got to civilization. I had fries and chicken.
Chicken tendies.
Chicken tendies.
Yeah, I gave in and got chicken tendies.
Nelson forever broke Mark on the restaurant trick for how to have ginger ale when you don't have any
Oh,
ginger ale.
yeah.
Yeah, tell them that bullshit.
So, hey, it's not bullshit. It's real. Okay, so when I worked at the restaurant, we didn't have a, well, the ginger ale was behind the bar, either in cans, and it might have been on the soda gun. So, like, when you were dealing with a bartender that was shitty and couldn't chew gum and walk at the same fucking time, I was told by an older server the ginger ale trick. And the ginger ale trick is when someone orders ginger ale, you fill the cup up with Sprite, and in the last little bit, you put a few splashes of Coke. And you mix it together, and it looks and tastes like ginger ale without the ginger. So there you go. That's the ginger ale trick for anyone who works in the service industry that doesn't have ginger ale on their on the fountain machine, or has to deal with a shitty bartender that has it on their gun. You don't want to deal with them. Just fill the cup up with Sprite, and the last little bit, splash it to a Coke, mix it up, and it's ginger ale.
If I ever find out someone does that to me, I'm gonna be very angry.
I never had anyone know the difference.
That's
Anyway, Mark ordered a ginger ale when we went to Zaxby's, and then like Nelson told them about that while we were in line, and then poor Mark couldn't drink their drink.
I got very, very suspicious.
It's very sus, as the Zoomers say.
The person who was working the drive-thru, like Mark originally asked for root beer, then the person at the drive-thru said, "Oh, we're out of root beer." So we got up to the front, and Nelson says, "Oh, do you have ginger ale?" So the person at the drive-thru like looks behind them for several seconds, like a long time, and then turns back around and says, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, we got it.
You gotta go milk it from the creature.
Here's your Sprite Coca-Cola mix, you fucking weirdo.
So Nelson, like all of us had been awake since 3:30 that morning. Mark had just got out of surgery. Nelson and I had breakfast at about like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then didn't eat for the rest of the day. So we get to Zaxby's at like 7 o'clock at night, and we are just like, we are all like 6 tendies, all fries, Texas toast, and we're...
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah, brother. Woo!
Anyway, we are all in Nelson's car just like wolfing down all of these tendies,
Oh, man.
hardcore.
I'm bringing my gun next time we come up here.
What are you gonna do, shoot in the air?
Yes. I'm gonna back with your busted scat pack. Boom, 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 boom.
With our luck, you're gonna hit a bat, and a bat is gonna fall in the fire pit.
And blow up.
That would be an episode of What We Do in the Shadows. That's exactly what would
Holy
happen.
shit, yes. What, was it Philip? He's 3,000 years old. He's not coming to our flat meeting.
So yeah, today we went for a lovely breakfast of more food that Mark shouldn't be eating,
And then we went to go heal our inner child by going to Spirit Halloween, which I'd never been to before.
which was a lot of fun.
It was great. And then we relived our high school / middle school years and went to Hot Topic and Spencer's. And I got
5 damn t-shirts.
I got 5 t-shirts because it was buy it 4, get 1 free. And I'm way too old to be doing that, but I don't give a shit. And then Kai bought me another t-shirt, and I got Kai 20% off.
Yes.
And I got my little punch cards, and I can get more t-shirts. But it was all that one design where it's just like, let's sacrifice Timmy to Satan.
It looks like kids learned to readers from like the 70s.
The Easy Bake Coven.
Yeah, oh man, I wanted so many of these. When we went to Spirit, we saw some of the t-shirts. I'm like, oh, that's really good. But then like everybody else is like, oh, we're gonna go to Spencer's. They probably have them there. So I didn't buy any of the t-shirts at Spirit when they had my size. And then we go to Spencer's, and I have tits to accommodate, so I need a 2XL. All right. So we're in there, and everything ends at XL. I couldn't find one damn t-shirt that I
Again,
wanted.
the white man and his lies.
Keep lying to me.
And that's how we got Manhattan. The white man.
I did, however, buy a little plague doctor plush and some earrings that were chickens with cowboy hats. So
Kai is now Auntie Too Deadly.
yes. Anybody who has Auntie Too Deadly on TikTok, watch out. I'm coming for your title.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then,
Oh, and then I bought a green velvet jacket in case anybody wants to
That
know
was great.
that my fashion sense is still as fucked up as anything. I bought a green velvet jacket
That kid-
when we were on the way out of the mall.
that kid spilled his Chick-fil-A milkshake.
And his dickhead dad, was like, look what you did.
This little kid. He's like 4, like little tiny kid. He's like running on the like part of the carpet that's right in front of the doors at the mall, and he trips and spills his milkshake like in a perfectly straight line across the carpet.
It was a Chick-fil-A milkshake. That kid did more for the LGBTQ community right there than most liberal activists.
And then, okay, so we did all that, and then we came back to Mark's place, and we watched a not very good spooky movie.
Oh yeah, Sinister 2 fucking sucked.
It was, they had an idea, and then it just like got lost.
It was like
somewhere.
it's like, you know, it's what is it? First is the farce, then is the tragedy, or whatever. First tragedy, I don't know what the fucking order is, but like it's the first one was really really good. Ethan Hawke. Great movie. Then they were like, let's make another one and not get any big name actors and it's gonna suck. And then the fucking, I think that the Bagul, whatever it is, looks like Nick Cave.
The Gabagool.
Nick Clay. The Gabagool looks like Nick Clay in the Bad Seeds.
Nick Clay.
Nick Cave in the Bad Seeds.
I think Bagul looks like somebody who's been paid to play Michael Jackson after he got all the plastic surgery. And every time he like stands in the doorway with like his shoulders squared and his hands out perfectly at the side.
Billie Jean is not my lover.
Although I will say I was the only one who recognized that Shannon Sossamon was in it, and anybody who likes A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger from 2001 will know who Shannon Sossamon is. Oh my God,
that's a throwback. R.I.P. to the GOAT. And then fucking, or he looked like Jack White. I think he could have been Jack White when he's not like being an asshole in Nashville.
And now we came outside and like for 20 minutes before we started recording, we made s'mores, and it was lovely.
And we introduced Kai to Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, we'll watch the rest of it tomorrow.
Potatoes and molasses.
The little raccoon boy with his little overalls undone.
They made him cry. No, look. First they're like, oh, we should watch. What's that other one that we watched?
Oh, Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah, and Nelson's like, oh, we should watch this one where there's like
the Red Army kills the demons from hell.
No, these poor men go out there and get destroyed by demons.
Yeah, they die for a good cause.
They like you watch them get their arms ripped off and everything, and I am a very sensitive soul, so like at some point I'm just like, I'm not watching this anymore. I'm just staring into the corner of the room.
Then we watched the one where the robots are explaining why humanity died.
Definitely written by a white person.
Oh my God, it was great.
Indigenous people don't act like that. Thanks. Yeah. Indigenous people do not overhunt deer. That's white people who do that.
Yes.
We do.
I lubricate my gun with liberal tears.
Full of tears.
We're gonna find that shirt for Mark one day.
It has to be around here somewhere. Like, we won't have to leave the county. Someone's got something we can get.
We just didn't look hard enough at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Come and take it.
Because we kept looking at the branded side and not the other side with all
Holy
the like.
shit! All the fucking cups had "Come and take it" and "Don't tread on
no
me."
No steppy snake.
No steppy snake.
Join or die.
Join or die, brother. That we stole from the Iroquois League.
I swear that everybody who works in there thought that we were high as fuck because we were laughing and pushing each other.
And then
like,
the fucking, but like when we're leaving, that kid came in the Buc-ee's onesie. Bucky came in.
Him, it's Bucky.
It's fucking Bucky, that stupid fucking beaver.
Three grown adults just laugh until they're almost pissing themselves over a beaver at a truck stop.
Fucking beaver. Fucking bussies.
And
anyway.
Tomorrow, as long as Mark is feeling good, tomorrow we're going to go to... Mark, tell us where we're going.
We're going to go to a zoo that it's really just probably some redneck's backyard.
There's a pumpkin patch.
There's pumpkin patch.
They got a corn pit.
I still don't understand what that means.
It's a bunch of corn, you jump in it. It's like a ball pit, but corn.
But I don't understand why you do that.
Because it's corn.
It's corn.
Why?
You can't stick your head in it though. That's one of the rules. You can't like dive head first into it.
What are they gonna do? Haul you out by your underwear?
you get lost to the corn. God speaks to me, Malachi.
As long as Mark is feeling good, that's where we're going tomorrow, and we're
We
all
have a
wearing
woman Outlander.
we're all wearing check shirts and looking like hoodlums, I guess.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going because I've been promised giraffes.
Yes. They have giraffes and camels and other critters.
Woodland critters. And that damn gorilla. Oh, man.
So that's been a wild adventure so far.
That has been.
Nelson and I leave on Monday, so we have tomorrow and then like most of Monday. My flight out is until 5:30, so
Wow.
Nelson's probably dropped me off like 2 something, and
And then Mark has to take care of themselves.
I'm just gonna die.
Grandpa's here.
Grandpa is here. Want a 20-year-old blonde and an apple pie?
And the little blind dog.
You blind dog. Not like the other dog with the black eyes.
Black eyes like a
doll's eyes. And the blood stains around its mouth.
So Mark's grandma has a dog, this little white Bichon Frise, who just hates living things.
That's the most accurate depiction.
No, Kai talked about when you tried to leave your room.
So, like, the family is gone by now when we were talking, but the first day that we were here, the family was still here. They were leaving the next day, and the little dog is gone with them. However, the first day, we had to protect our ankles from this little white dog. Hateful white dog.
Bite your nose up, black eyes, roll
Every
back
time,
white.
like, we had to do something, the dog had to be secured somewhere so that Nelson and I could move through the house. So we were, like taking turns on, like, who's taking a shower and everything. So I get out of the shower, run over into my room, close the door, and then I have to take my nighttime meds, so I think, oh, I need a glass of water. So I open my door, which looks straight out through the kitchen towards the back door, and that little damn white dog is just sitting on there looking at me through my open door. So I just, like, close the door real quietly, and then I hear the dog lose its fucking mind. So I just dry swallowed my pills.
Tiger shark, 13-footer. What kind of fucking dog was that again?
Bichon Frise.
Bichon Frise.
Oh,
3-footer. You know that.
No, not even.
2-footer. You measure that.
18-incher.
You measure it from its ears to its tail. It's got black eyes like a doll's eyes. One native woman went into a room.
Never seen again.
Never came out. But we delivered Mark.
my cat's nice though.
Yes, Mark's cat is
Kiki.
very, very nice. And there's also a little half-blind dog that just tippy-taps all over the house. Who
Yeah,
unfortunately
has separation anxiety.
has separation anxiety. Who, like, in the middle of the night, you just hear this dog tippy-tapping down the hallway and then howling.
It's a house of horrors.
It's not right because his house is adorable. There's like fall stuff everywhere. Mark's grandma bought us blankets so that we can sit outside of the fire pit with blankets on. It's really adorable. Like, they made so much food for us, and there's like all these drinks and everything.
Oh yeah, the gumbo.
Oh no.
We don't talk about the
That
gumbo.
was so
Nelson.
funny. My grandpa put the whole gumbo in the.
The whole crock pot.
Yeah, he put the electric components of the crock pot in the refrigerator. It's still in there? I can't move it. It's too heavy. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my god,
It's gonna
man.
sit there till your grandma gets back.
I'm gonna be pissed.
What the fuck is this?
Tomorrow we're gonna go dig a hole and put the crock pot.
We're
We're gonna cross ourselves and bury it.
never
never
gonna
speak
speak
of
of it
it.
again.
We'll just go out to the woods.
Holy shit! Ow, that hurts.
How do you think I feel? I'm over here trying to like keep myself compact.
Mark was given like some kind of stomach binder, but nobody was given any information on how to fucking use this thing.
Holy
so I'm like
shit.
trying to open it and like figure out how to use it or like how does it work or anything. And I didn't sanitize my hands, so I'm just like trying to shake it out of the box until finally we get it, and there's no information anywhere on how the fuck to use this
Yeah,
thing.
Mark.
Oh, because I'm trans, you think I know how to use every binder?
Damn, that was a good one.
All right.
Oh, they pour a little coconut Sprite and give you some ginger ale.
That's so hateful. I gotta like inspect everything I drink from now on. Like, all
A
right.
piece.
there-
A piece.
Nelson is fully gaslit Mark. What
Thinking
they're
that
drinking.
every ginger ale is
Just Coke and
Even
Sprite.
straight from a can just popped.
you peel back the Canada Dry label is a little weak. You peel it back, it's just a Sprite can. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, we're here. This is probably going to be one of the only episodes we put out this month because we got other shit we got to do, and we hate all of you.
Okay.
I hate all of you. Anyway, I gotta figure out how to get this. I gotta figure out how to get this off this thing into a computer for Mr. Speaker. I need a micro USB to USB-C.
I'm sorry,
cable.
I don't think my miraculous battery block has that.
No. Either that, I gotta pop out that SD card, and I can put it on my mom's laptop or something. We'll figure it out.
I hurt from laughing so much.
Ow. Yeah. I wonder if this thing's still going. I hope we had enough. I think we had like 30 hours.
There's a red light on it.
Yeah. Do we have something? Fuck. This thing's still going.
Maybe it feels like 5 minutes.
That would be really funny.
That Mr. Speaker, you should leave all of this in. You see? You see?
Oh, that hurt.
The fucking button I can press. It's not gonna turn this thing off. Anyway, thanks for listening.
The next day.
I submit this story to the Midnight Society. Oh, my hair burned off.
We're back at the fire pit, folks.
We're back at the fire pit live. Not
Gunshots. More gunshots.
live. We're not live, but you know what I mean. We're all together in the same spot. Mark, are you still alive?
Kind of.
Okay, Mark is kind of still alive, still looking like a biblically accurate angel. Oh shit, there is gunshots.
I told you.
I know I couldn't hear on the thing. Fuck. Anyway,
Grandpa Pow Pow.
so what do we do today? Today,
We
I
ran
woke
Mark's
up-
ass all over.
well, first I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because we ate pizza last night, and I had to wake up 3 times to go
and
to the
Nelson's
bathroom.
ass fell out of him.
It did. It just. I even took the lactate pills, and I still just. It was bad, folks. It was bad.
Was it COVID related?
COVID-induced constipation. Yeah, definitely. Fuck.
Let's talk
So.
about that Howie Mandel thing.
Oh my God, no! When he had the TikTok with the prolapsed anus.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my God, he duetted it. It was so. Everyone was like, "What is this thing?" And someone was like, "That's a prolapsed anus." And he was like, "What is this?" Oh, Howie Mandel.
That's what it
Kai's
sounds
face.
like.
Kai's face.
I'm the one that came on here with a prolapse story before, but I didn't see it. The only thing I can imagine is like a pink sea cucumber.
Yeah, kind of.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong, folks. Starting off strong. Anyway, so I had to wake up 3 times to shit, and then I remember getting out of bed for the 3rd time, and awkwardly the 2nd and 3rd time awkwardly making eye contact with Mark's granddad. His door was
You didn't
open.
have to look at it.
Where we're staying at Mark's house, Mark's granddad's bedroom is like at the end of the hallway, right next to the bathroom door. Every time I go down there, I don't want to be rude, but I also don't want to make conversation while I'm running to the bathroom.
No, the best is when I was in the bathroom and someone knocked at the door and it was Mark, and I was like, and then Mark texted me in the group chat,
And then I look at the group chat because I was still asleep at this point. I've had my notifications turned. Oh yes, I forgot to say.
Oh,
this
yeah,
last
here we
night.
go.
So Nelson, this absent father over here, we're both here taking care of Mark, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to turn my notifications up real loud so that if Mark has a problem, Mark can text us in the middle of the night. And Nelson goes, yeah, I'm going to have my phone on airplane mode so I can't hear anything.
I always put my phone on airplane mode when I go to bed.
So
If you need me, call 911.
So I had my notifications turned up on high, and they start texting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm looking at my phone. What the hell is happening?
Mark messaged you on Instagram, was like, "You're annoying Kai in the group chat. You're trying to sleep." Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I never went back to sleep. I just watched TikTok for an hour, and then I'm going to have to get up now.
And then Mark dressed like a grandpa all day.
They're high-waisted.
Grandpa peep out, bop 'em out.
You started saying syllables.
Bop, bop, mow, mow. And you have the gun as Grandpa Pow Pow. It's okay, Mark. We love you.
Where the hell did we go today? We ate, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went to that brunch place.
Okay.
And
My
then,
brain is escaping.
my long lost uncle. I took a picture of my long lost uncle.
Oh,
They had
that's right.
they had very anti-Italian discrimination. They had Italian caricatures outside of this restaurant
What
we
was
went
that?
to.
Harvest Moon, is that what we
Yeah,
went to?
Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah, we had two servers at the same table.
They kept like taking orders over each other.
Like, all right, what do you drink? Oh, he got it already. Oh, okay. Do you say anything else? Oh, he already got it. Oh man. Then we went to the pumpkin patch. You guys want to talk about the pumpkin patch?
No.
No, end of recording.
And done. I went to the pumpkin patch. It was nice.
Where were we actually?
Petite Farms.
Pettit Farm. No, but like where?
Cartersville.
Okay. I just like I'm sitting in the back seat. I have no idea what's happening back there.
And then we get there. We get our wristbands, and the first thing we do is we go to the corn maze.
The maze.
The corn maze that we could see over the top because the corn hadn't grown.
It
Really.
was just like a wildflower maze.
It really was.
Just like a nice meandering
what?
path through some wildflowers and
What?
corn.
I learned something today. What was the stuff y'all were taking from the corn?
Corn smut,
Corn smut.
Corn smut.
otherwise known as huitlacoche.
Yeah.
It's the fungus that grows on corn that is also a delicacy. We immediately when we walked in, like, oh my god, there it is. We start like picking it off it, but like we were still near where the employees could see us. So we're like, oh, maybe we should hide that we're trying to pick their corn, basically.
Yeah.
So we just walked into the back and started pulling ears off and picking corn smut.
Some random guy started falling behind us. And
And then he cut through the weeds to go look at the pigs.
pigs. It was weird.
You need a closer look.
The piggy. And then we fed the goats. We got a cup of feed costs $5, but then she was like, "You need to return the cup and don't feed the pigs." I was like, "You want us to return this like paper Dixie cup to you?"
The kind of thing that you used to swish your mouth out at the
Yeah,
dentist.
I was like, "What?" Oh man,
The pigs were very cute and very little.
they were.
Nelson wants a pig really bad.
I do want a pig really badly. Mark, how did you like the pumpkin patch?
Everything hurt, but I was okay. I liked it. A nice older woman was making sure that I got into the restroom. She made sure she was keeping an eye out. She's like, "Okay, this one's open. You can go ahead." And then when we came out at the same time, she warned me about the hand sanitizer being too slick. So-
It might have been the same lady that I rode to Atlanta with. It was directing everyone.
Oh,
Down
yeah.
at the pumpkin patch in Cartersville.
Then there was like a lady that seemed like she was videotaping everybody. Remember
Yeah,
that?
okay, when you got out of the bathroom and you were at that like water trough washing your hands, there was a lady off to the side like videoing the water trough.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know what.
I like looked at her camera and then looked at her.
Is
and
that human
kept washing my
trafficking?
hands.
Were we almost human trafficked?
I don't know. Did you see any bread ties?
Oh my god, I think we almost got human
Cheese slices
trafficked.
on your window?
A note saying, "I'm gonna get you."
I'm gonna get you.
Get you.
Get you. And then we got on the most,
No, you forgot.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot. While Mark was in the bathroom, Nelson challenged me to cornhole.
Yeah.
Like, vertical cornhole, not like the ground
with
one.
like some point system, and Kai beat me.
Every time.
We unlocked Kai's new skill. We're gonna start a cornhole team. And Kai's gonna get like half regalia jersey, and on the back it's gonna say "Auntie number 2 deadly."
He kept challenging me, and I'm just like,
Kept winning.
I can't understand why I won.
And this is why we're gonna start the cornhole team, because Kai can beat white dudes at the game that they invented or some shit that they love so much.
And then we got on the hayride.
Got on the most fucking Ricky.
You can see through the floor of this hayride.
Fucking yeah. I think I got tetanus.
And splinters in your ass.
Splinters in your ass. From this fucking hayride. There was no hay. It was just like
There were zebras and camels, no hay.
no hay. Fucking Joe Camel and his fucking cigarettes.
The camels were really weird because like people were buying food to feed the camels, and the camels didn't want it. They like kept looking around for like 5 minutes before any of them ate anything.
Like shoving the food in their mouth. Oh my god. But fucking yeah, it was this Kubota tractor pulling like two long fucking
bench.
metal
Cages.
cage thing. Their warning
Willingly
sign.
got into their cages. It could have been human
The
trafficking.
fucking the warning sign was don't lean on the rails or whatever, fall over. The animals might eat you and they'll make them sick. And I was like, all right, buddy. Hi, Dad.
Oh, we didn't even explain that, like, getting into this place was the sketchiest
Oh,
fucking thing ever.
yeah.
It's this tiny little sign for Pettit Farms here to, like, entertain and educate, but, like, you're driving through, like, a trailer park to get down
Yeah,
there.
it was. And what was pointing the fingers? The thing was.
The hay bale.
Oh, the hay bales, like fingers, like this, like cartoon finger thing, like pointing us in the right direction.
So when you get on the hay ride, they take you around, like, the edge of the property, and, like, on one side is, like, the corn maze with all the wildflowers, and on the other side is the back of somebody's trailer.
Abandoned farm equipment that doesn't work. Some kid driving another tractor.
Like a 10-year-old driving the other tractor the other way.
Oh my god.
I do feel like I turned to Nelson at one point. I was like, "Is this what it's like living in a small town?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. Him on dirt road.
It was a lovely time. We took many good pictures.
We did.
We laughed a lot. Poor Mark. We walked Mark's ass all over this place.
Sweet man.
Kept me from going stir crazy. I guess.
And then, like good Southern folks, we went to Walmart again. We've been to Walmart every day that we've been here.
Fucking hell
That's
yeah.
what you do.
Every day we go in there,
Hell yeah, brother.
and like another one box of burning logs spawns. Like we walk into that section and there's only one box of like natural logs because we're roasting marshmallows, so you can't buy like.
What is
the
this? What is this called? Firewood and
Enviroflame.
Enviroflame. Premium firewood.
Yesterday there was only one box. Today there's only
only
one
one
box.
It's
How do they
just
keep
for
doing
us.
it?
It's for us. And my bussy has been out in the cold all night. My 40 ounces of bussy.
We've also decided to come up with a band name. We're gonna
yeah.
have country hits.
So we all had flannel today going to the corn maze. We looked like we were going to drop the greatest grunge hit of the 90s. And so we decided to start a band called Raised by Boomers. With the first single is 40 ounces of bussy. And then it's going to be I love you, but I don't know how to express it. How do I rotate this PDF? Why haven't you accepted your mother's friend request on Facebook? Why is Dad posting these memes that don't make any sense on Facebook?
I did spend like 20 minutes reading them memes that I don't understand
Oh
from my father.
QAnon blues.
The QAnon blues.
That's the blues that you sing when your parents have been fully taken in by QAnon. You don't know how to explain to them.
My parents voted for Obama and now they support Trump. Oh man.
Then we had some delivered barbecue because Nelson didn't want to drive
I
anymore.
did not.
I think rightfully so.
And now I have marshmallow all over my face.
Literally. You got all in your beard. Don't let anybody take pictures of your face right now.
Oh, Lord.
'Cause it will look very suspect.
My hair is growing back, except in the places where it won't grow back, so I feel older than I am. Also, I realized today when I take pictures that my head is fucking huge. And it's shaped like one of those crystal skulls that they allegedly find around the world. And I was like, am I a fucking alien? Why does my head look like this?
Oh, you had
It's just the angle.
I have like a permanent slouch cap.
you had like that grasshopper jump on your shoulder, walked around with him for a little while, and that's when I took the picture of you looking at the grasshopper. And you're like, my head is so big.
It's like a watermelon just turned vertically is on my head. Oh my god. Oh, and I had that great picture of me with the Kubrick stare looking like something out of fucking Children of the Corn. He who walks behind the rose. Anyway. So how you feeling, Mark? You want to give our fans an update?
Ouch.
Oh, there goes Mark's dog howling inside the house again.
In solidarity.
Are your dogs howling? Yeah, more ways than one.
These dogs are barking.
Oh, man.
We also got to see Mark's gun today.
We did.
That's how we come up with the name Grandpa Pow Pow.
Nelson encouraged me to do unsafe things with my firearm.
He couldn't point the gun out the window.
But don't worry, dear listeners, there was nothing in it.
That's what they all say when they get taken in for murder. I didn't think there was
I didn't know it was on. I just fucking shot myself.
We weren't filming a movie. It was all right.
Alec Baldwin will kill again.
He's had a taste of blood.
This is when he just goes feral and becomes a serial killer.
Everyone's watching Dahmer right now. The next is Baldwin.
He just like shows up in diners like No Country for Old Men.
Flip a coin.
In there.
He's like, what's your favorite movie that I did? And no one can name anything. Just starts shooting them.
He smiles, just showing his teeth, and blood comes out.
If you say 30 Rock one more goddamn time, I'm shooting everyone in here.
How safe do you think you are if you say Beetlejuice?
Like, that was my brother.
No, that was Alec.
No, I'm just saying, like, someone names a movie and it's one of his brothers. It's like, I like Firefly. That was my brother.
How would we know there's like 8,000
There's a
of them?
bazillion Baldwins. Anyway.
Hey, y'all got any like spooky stories you want to tell for
Yeah,
Halloween?
you're a camp counselor. Shouldn't you know some?
Ooh.
That's not a spooky story,
It's
ass.
just a sound.
I don't know. I don't want to tell them because someone's going to be like, this is cheesy. Also, I don't really remember any. We had like 2 that were like specifically camp based. So if you didn't go to camp, you wouldn't really understand them.
Boo.
Boo.
Sounds like a whole bunch of excuses. to
I
me.
know, right? Mark, why are you whistling at night? You know not to do that.
I can see one street light out there and just see like a shape materialize.
What was that tweet I told you guys about? It's like, if I hear one more goddamn white woman in Appalachia talking about don't go outside at night. It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to run moonshine?
That's why they were saying that.
I sit on my porch at night. Everyone just roasting this person in the fucking tweet, in the thread. Oh, man. I keep hearing something back there, like someone's just going to come out from behind the shed.
We're outside. See, that's what they were warning you, that there were critters out here. Don't go outside.
Nelson keeps laughing at us because we look at birds.
Oh,
We saw, like, we heard a woodpecker this morning, so Mark and I are like looking up at the tree at the woodpecker, and Nelson takes a picture of us, like we're doing something
we're
weird.
hanging out with indigenous friends.
And then
they
when we
see a
came
hog.
back, when we came back home, there was a red-tailed hawk circling over the back of the
Ah,
house.
yes. The knowledge that the white man tried to take from us.
I'm looking up.
You don't need the white man's college.
It's just like Indians are like dogs; they can't look up. Like, is that what this is?
It's like a pig. Angle it up so it'll look up.
Wilbur, those are the stars. Wait, then how did Wilbur see Charlotte? If you can't look up, I didn't see that damn spider.
He's fictional.
He just stood far enough away. Wilbur understood geometry.
Wilbur's got some good ass eyesight.
How did a spider without a frontal lobe spell?
It was just only something. Wait, it was only something that Wilbur and Charlotte could see. But when humans looked at it, it's just gibberish.
Just a pig and a spider.
Just like look at each other.
And a rat.
Every time I come in here, there's a fucking spider. No matter how many times I pull down the web,
Good pig.
don't forget the rat.
In real life, Charlotte comes down, bites Wilbur. The bite starts rotting, and Wilbur dies.
We
Jeez.
did come up with this weird theory yesterday.
What did we say? I
When it
forgot.
comes to Charlotte's Web, is that you can be one of 3 genders when you watch Charlotte's Web as a kid. If you identify with the rat, you're trans or non-binary. If you identify with the spider, you're femme. If you identify with the pig, you're mask. And we realized that all of us fit into those categories.
That rat was having the time of his life.
I bet you can't guess who's who.
If anybody can't figure out you're the pig, Nelson.
Oink oink, motherfucker. Mark still got the biblically accurate angel.
I'm cold. Get off my ass.
And we made it work for Over the Garden Wall as well.
Yeah,
We all have our own
this
category.
is Kai's first time watching Over the Garden Wall.
I don't watch TV.
Auntie Whispers. No, it's Auntie Whispers indigenous. And what tribe? It's indigenous representation. And over the garden wall is Auntie Whispers.
Although when we went to the pumpkin patch, we walked by this like stage area where they had a bunch of pumpkins next to human clothes stuffed with hay, but they were like there was a massacre. Like there was just legs and arms everywhere, and it looked like that episode that y'all showed me last night with the pumpkin people.
The beast. Woodsman. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, that's what he sounded like.
We decide I'm the older brother with the hat. Kai is Beatrice the bird, and we have the duality of Mark as the little brother and the frog together.
Together as one.
Mark's obviously sick of us and wants us to go home.
Okay, whatever. After all that you've subjected yourself to.
After this weekend, they're coming to Florida. I'm saying it here so they make it happen. They're coming to Florida next one.
Yay!
So we can do it again. I am not getting up at 3:30 for nothing.
This time with alligators. This time it's personal. Bum, bum, bum.
This time they get to meet my feral Uncle Little.
Fast and Furious, Florida.
Yeah, Fast and Furious in my Kia Sorrento.
In the airboat. It's a remake of Gator. I'll be Burt Reynolds with the
No,
mustache.
we're gonna reshoot the opening to CSI Miami.
Oh my God, yes.
Who gets to wear the sunglasses? You lost your pit vipers. You
I
can't
know.
do it.
Mark, you gotta come up with some good one-liners before we do the scream. Mark's like, takes off the glasses.
Yes, go on.
Trying to think
Pop-out time.
something funny. Mark's like,
I'll
well,
say bazinga.
Mark, no, it doesn't have anything to do with the case. Mark just takes off the glasses like Harry Potter fucking sucks.
Didn't see that when we were walking
Oh
through the
yes,
parking
the
lot.
duality of liberals.
They had one of those stickers that's like,
Holy
in this
shit.
house, Black Lives Matter, love is love,
Science
movement
is real.
illegal.
Science is real. No one's illegal.
And then on the other side of the car was a Harry Potter sticker. If I didn't think somebody'd be like, why are those people taking a picture of those people's like number
Oh my
plate?
God. Holy shit. And trying to park at that place was a nightmare. We had to walk like 2 miles to get to the fucking entrance. We saw so many Teslas. I figured one of them would have exploded to like guide us back to the car.
How are there that many Teslas, or did everybody just find out about this one pumpkin patch?
It's just like the EDM show, 45 minutes from Atlanta.
Yeah, 45 minutes from Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, and these people, they're trying to tell me about, like, what a corn pit is, and it's just, like, three,
Okay.
Corn pit.
like,
Corn
7-year-old
pit. Corn
kids
pit.
sitting in
Corn
a
pit.
sandbox with corn in it.
It's not a real corn pit. A real corn pit is a massive pit that you can get lost in. You jump in the corn, and you can't stick your head in it because they say don't do it because there's so much corn.
There's just so much corn.
God speaks to me, Malachi. We have your woman Outlander. She lives. I am his prophet, Malachi. Shut up, Isaac.
Sounds like we have like a racist radio show.
Today on 95.7 MAGA Hour.
Say what?
It's gonna be huge.
That's what those other guys. Those guys on Broad Street, that's what their podcast is like.
Yeah. Oh, we saw a fucking podcast studio on Broad Street in Rome, Georgia. How do these people have their own fucking studio is beyond me. Get a tripod and a fucking Zoom mobile mic with a fluffy thing on it, recording from a friend's house in a fire pit like real podcasters. Oh my
Just don't
god.
forget to ask your most soft-spoken friend to speak into it first.
I can't help it. I'm delicate.
I know that I have a tendency to peek out the microphone, but I am currently the furthest away from it.
Built different.
I am built different. Who goes on a hayride 2 days after they get it hysterectomy?
They get jack-o'-lantern surgery.
Fucking built different. You guys want me to put the boxes on the fire pit now? Let's go on
Yeah,
now.
well, we give them a soundscape of you getting up and
Yeah.
putting grunting and ripping.
Oh my. Oh my.
All right, people.
I'll be back in my day.
I hope people are listening with earphones so they just have this like surround sound experience of Nelson walking around.
That should be a bit we just do back in my day. We just repeat all this stupid shit we hear boomers say.
Then we're no better than the boomers.
Oh God. Are we boomers?
Yes, we are.
Are we boomers or are we dancers?
The signs are vital.
My feet are cold. Damn it. Deborah took the kids.
Stop throwing plastic into the fire pit.
I can do what I want. This used to be a free country. Now you can't get any service if you're a white man anymore.
Look, it finally caught on fire.
I tell you what.
I love CFCs.
President Trump.
Help us.
Help us. President Trump.
The dog is howling inside again.
The dog's a Trump supporter.
How dare you?
How dare you talk about Tippy Tap like that?
Tippy tap, no. Mad eye movie, tippy tap. I submit this story. I submit this carcinogens to the
Carcinogens?
I mix your carcinogens and carthage.
Carcinogens.
I submit these carcinogens, whatever the fuck I just said, to the Midnight Society.
You're gonna have this fire so hot that it's gonna melt the handle of this tripod.
And I hope so.
Finally, the podcast will be over. Your torment will be final.
Let's kill it with fire. Kill it.
Cast it out with the flame.
Ooh, the cardboard burns a different color. It's yellow instead of orange.
Kyle was one of those kids growing up.
Shut the fuck up, Nelson. I notice birds. I have joy in my life.
You have the knowledge. Anyway.
I love how there's just like a lot of like unattractive loud noises and then silence.
That's what it's like hanging out with us. Unattractive loud noises. That's the name of our band, Unattractive Loud
Attractive loud noises.
Hell yeah.
Alright, brother. Tell you what.
Cardboard on the outside of the grate.
You know what, Mark? How about next time you do it?
Can't.
That's what I thought.
Just. Mark just had surgery, Nelson.
Yeah,
That flame is massive.
my back hurts.
It is burning my face.
Rise.
This is
Rise.
the podcast.
Rise.
Find a burned SD card at the end. We're all dead.
Todd, hey, who's doing
Mark and I are just making uncomfortable eye contact with Nelson.
God speaks to me, Malachi.
Oh, cool. Burning ash. This will be good.
Oh, shit.
Your foot. Hold it.
Where'd it go? Oh, it's gone.
Okay, it's out.
It's out. We're good. Thanks for that. Great. Well, that was exciting.
I'm fucking sweating now.
This is what-
Imagine we had a visual.
oh, my God.
All of us in our comfy shorts.
What does this sound like now that we moved it so many times? Oh, man. Anyway. I'm surprised this tripod worked out great.
That's a $20 tripod.
It's
from
fucking
Walmart.
amazing. Hello? Can you hear me? This is Major
The
Tom.
story of a girl.
Cry the river and drown the whole world.
See, all you have to do is say like half of a sentence to Nelson. He'll just break out into song.
Mark.
Hi.
All I heard was
Having a mouse on the podcast.
fucking Ratatouille.
Rats.
It's a rat.
Rat. It's a fucking musical. Oh, man.
My face is genuinely hot now.
I had a tube down my throat and you want me to be loud.
Anyway, I'm out of stuff to say. We're going to combine this one, I think, with the other one.
Good luck, Mr. Speaker, trying to fit all of this together. With the microphone noises and the fire and Nelson creating a soundscape around us. Shut
Unedited.
up.
I wish I had the fart. That'd be great.
No, it wouldn't.
40 ounces of pussy.
You already chased me off the couch once saying that you had a fart.
Who says you have to be 3 cishet white men to have a podcast and be funny?
I don't know. You guys are the ones who said, oh, we should get one of those things for the new house that says Saturdays are for the boys.
Because we're going to do the fucking
Am I not
cornhole.
invited then?
No, we're
Fuck
doing the
you.
cornhole thing.
I am not a boy.
I'm just a girl.
You can wear your hat backwards, and that's it.
Still wear the push-up bra, but a backwards hat.
It's one of those 80s movies where
Yeah.
you pretend to be a guy to get accepted.
If I wear like tastefully baggy overalls with one clip done
Yeah.
and a backwards cap.
And you shop exclusively at Trader Joe's.
Excuse me, my father raised me better than that. It'll be Shepler's or like something like that.
Oh, man. All right. Well, gang,
Das Vidanya.
this is the last night we're going to all be together for a while.
At least until next month.
There.
Nelson just pinched Mark's cheek.
Oh,
Unconsensually.
oh Lord, here we go. Anyway,
This is how we cancel Nelson.
I hope so. We're coming to you on land that belongs to this is Cherokee land. This is definitely
Fuck y'all, Choctaw.
this is definitely Cherokee. Anyway, so we're signing off. Mark,
Shit, I didn't think of anything. What did my granddad say earlier?
Random noises. blew his nose about 15 times.
you can't make stupid is and stupid does.
Something like that.